Hey guys, welcome back to Terrafirmagreg. And now we've got some final steps to do before we get to the EBF. Let's look at this clipboard because there's some things that I have not checked off yet. We got the ore washer, centrifuge sifter, centrifuge canner. We didn't do the electrolyzer. I really haven't found a use for that yet. We will use it later in the higher tiers to get more stuff out of our ores and dusts and things, but that's not available right now. We could use it to get the sodium for the sodium batteries, but since we found the lithium, we're just going to skip that. We need a battery buffer, basic miner, and an ore prospector. We're going to do that, so I will just check that off for now. And then get to the EBF. So this is what we're going to focus on today, the prospecting and ore mining and all that. Okay, the ore prospector. Okay, so the prospector, we're going to be able to use that to see things better. So let's build that first, the LV1. Okay, great. In order to build it, you need, what are these different batteries? Lithium, sodium, cadmium. Okay. We do have a bunch of lithium batteries, so let's go ahead and build that one. LV emitter. Okay, we're gonna need those things. Tin cables, yeah. Battery. I did make a whole bunch of these chips, so we don't have to make more of those yet. This is a good list. We'll use our stock keeper here and check out what we need. We need 2 rubber sheets. Right here, so grab a couple of those, a couple of tin wires. We need a glass pane. Okay, we're gonna have to do that. Steel plates, 3 of those. Quartzite. Do we have a quartzite crystal? Down in the gems. Yes, we do. Okay. And a battery. Do I have batteries stored anywhere? I probably do. They're probably up here. Yep, right there. Okay. So there's battery, and then we also need 4 chips. Some brass rods. I do have a bunch of brass rods that I made up. And I think that might be it. Okay, let's send that. It'll pop up in here. Perfect. So click that. Now, can we make the sensor? No, missing a steel plate. What? I grabbed 4. Okay, maybe. So I guess I didn't grab enough. That's okay, we'll just grab 1 more. Alright, so now let's make the sensor. Okay, great. Sensor done. We need a glass pane. How do we make a glass pane? You can smelt glass dust into a plate or use the fluid solidifier. Okay. Let's see, do we have any glass dust? Let me just search that up. We do not. Not in here anyway. However, over here... No, I do not have any glass dust. Okay, but that is okay. Because... Is it only glass dust? Yeah, only glass dust. But we could use the solidifier. That works too. And to get the liquid glass, we can do quartzite dust or just glass batches. I believe we have quartzite dust down in the dusts here. Yeah, right there. So we really only need 2 of those. Grab the package. So with the quartzite dust, we want the plate. Oh, and I'll have to explain about this in a sec. Let's not get too distracted yet. Okay, get the plate in the solidifier. And then put the glass here, or the quartzite dust. There we go. Okay, well that's going. Let's talk about this wonderful thing here. This is the steam oven. I know a while ago I talked about possibly getting a different oven because the steam furnace here, you know, it takes, I think it's like 15 seconds to do 1 single ingot. This, I think, takes 20 seconds to do 8 at a time. So, for instance, let's say we need more, I don't know. Say we need more gold. Let's just grab a stack of gold. Okay, grab our gold. And I've got the input bus here and the output bus there. And I made it so that they were facing up. And if you put a crate there and there, right next to the input and output, it will actually suck it in and spit it out. So it's very handy. So if I throw those in, it goes into there, and oh, this takes 15 seconds. It only takes 15 seconds, and it does 8 at a time. Super duper nice. So I just went ahead and built that real quick. It was really easy, just a multi-block oven. Just make sure you get all the stuff in the right areas. It's very, very similar to the steam bloomery here. In fact, looking at how I did that with the input and output bus, I bet I could do the exact same thing with this, which means I could have those facing to the side, and then I could just have, a crate here and a crate there. Ooh, I might do that later. Anyway, shooter of our glass, plate right there, pane. So now we can build, let's see, we gotta make some cables. And then the emitter, what are we missing? Quartzite and a brass rod. Oh, did I not? I probably didn't explode all these things enough. Alright, well that's fine. We can just go grab more out of here. A couple more brass rods, and another circuit, and a quartzite, and I guess 3 more steel plates. There we go. Make one of these emitters. And we should be able to make prospector. Perfect. This is hacking. Okay. So now if we go over to, let's see, look at the map. Okay, so this is one chunk, this is another. Let's go into the other chunk. Okay, now we're in the other chunk. Oh, it doesn't have enough energy. Or prospecting mode. How do I've got to charge it. Oh, do I stick it in a device? Like, let's see, where is... This is the one that's hooked up. Cutter. Okay, so if I take this and stick it in the battery slot... Oh, it charges up. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, next thing we should do is probably make one of those charging stations. Well, there's the turbocharger. That is probably for charging stuff really fast. The other thing I was thinking about was the buffer. Battery buffer. Okay, ultra low voltage battery buffer. Yeah, let's make one of those. Does that have to be lead wire? Oh, that's ultra low voltage. No, we want the low voltage battery buffer. That takes tin wire. Okay. So let's go ahead and blow that up. Make that real quick. Oh no, I already know how to make those. So it's still charging. So while it's charging, we'll make the battery buffer. 2 red steel plates. I don't know if we have any more red steel plates. Oh, we do. Good. Just enough. 4 tin wire. 3, 4, 9 steel plates. Ooh. We only have those 3, so we'll have to get 6 more somewhere else. Chest. So we go to the woods. We do have a chest there. And to make those tin cables, we're going to need a couple of tin wire. There's the tin wire. Okay, 2 tin wire. All right. And so we're just going to miss the steel plates. Do we have any in my inventory? No, we don't. Okay, so there's that. Do I have any steel plates in here? Yes, I do. I'm still 1 off. That's okay though, because I think we have more steel in here, down in the ingot section. Yeah, we got a bunch. So we should probably grab, I don't know, half of that. And then we'll just put some of that in the roller. There we go. All right, well, let's make these cables. Okay. Grab the steel. Now we can make the machine casing, make the machine hull, make the battery buffer. All right. That is really cool. So now, let's see, get the cutter out. Okay, so this is fully charged. I'll throw that battery back in. Now we can go over to the spot here and right click. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, this is nice. I have no idea what that does. Right, if we look at here, does it have any other information? Right clicking will scan for ores, displaying them on the dynamic map. That's it though. So this must be us, the little dot, and the arrow is the direction we're facing. So if I face directly north, yeah. And then if I face south, it shows me facing that way. Okay, so there is diatomite, cassiterite sand, asbestos, and garnet sand. Oh, plus neodymium, bastanite. Okay. And right now it's searching for all resources. Can you just search for cassiterite sand? Okay, so it shows us all the cassiterite that's there. Well, that's cool. All the neodymium, which is up in that corner there. All right, just all resources. Now, not exactly sure what this can do. Scans range in a 3-chunk radius. Okay, so it's a 3-chunk radius. So that must be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the chunk I'm in, and then here's under my factory here. Wow, this is actually a pretty big open area. Oh, I got a bunch of iron. Chalcopyrite. Wow, this is so cool. I am loving this. Okay, but that information, yes, is good for finding veins. But what we want to do is also mine. So basic miner. There we go. Basic miner. So this is what we need to build next. So let's add that to our list. Things to do. Although we should plug in this battery buffer. Let's see if I just stick that like right on top here. Okay, if I stick this in, will it charge? Yes. You can charge up to 4 at a time. Okay, and then not only can you use this for charging, but you can also attach it to a machine and put batteries in it to power the machine. And that is how we are going to power the miner once we get it built. So I'm actually going to grab, I think, all of these plates and just stick them in our system along with this wire. And I guess we'll keep the wool yarn there for now. We don't need the wood in there yet, so let's just dump all of these in. Just do a nice shift click. It'll dump everything except for the stuff that I said not to in this filter. And now we can grab all the stuff that we need, like 12 copper wire. I really, really wish you could just like click on this and have it fulfill the order, but nope, we gotta do it ourselves. That's all right. It's not too difficult. All right, so we do need to electrolyze, so I'm going to actually do this. Okay, we're gonna grab that. We're gonna grab battery buffer. So now to demonstrate how you can do this, let's see if I take polarizer and plop it down, take the battery buffer, and can I Put it like that. I'm guessing this is probably the side where the electricity comes out. So if I put the battery in right there, it's got battery power, but this does not have power. That is because it is not outputting to the right spot, I'm guessing. Can I change it? Nope. But can I change it with the wrench? So do I have to shift click? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so shift click, and I'm guessing I couldn't have anything in my hands, because if I shift click with something in my hand, okay, it does swap it around. Okay, so shift click to swap it over to there. That is now powering this machine. So we go ahead and throw in 3 of these. And yeah, it's got power, just like it was hooked up to a system. And we drained a little bit from the buffer. Go put that back. Okay, so now we just need the 6 steel plates. I did not realize that we were so low on steel. I know, we got some right here. Okay, how did I not see that? Well, we are running out though. That is our last steel plate right there. So we definitely need to get more. But now we can make the machine casing and the hull and the basic miner. And there it is. It just looks so underwhelming, but yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be very useful. Oh, you can actually put a battery in it. Nice. And this must be where it comes out, what it's pulling out of the ground. And then you can auto output. Okay, so you can take it out into like a chest or something. So, I mean, we could just set this up right here and see what we can get. Well, okay, let's check out what kind of ores we have. I don't know what this does, but I think it's easier to see like this. Saltpeter. Oh, I haven't gotten any saltpeter yet. Electroline. Cassiterite sand. Yeah, we know there's cassiterite there. I want to get some iron though. Yeah, looks like that's pretty much what we have for iron. We've got the pyrite and the magnetite. Now, one thing you can do is you can press U, and so you can bring up. Okay? But only if you're not searching. Alright, go back to the best. So you can press U, find its uses. So like the pyrite dust, you can smelt it, but if you electrolyze it, then you can actually turn it into sulfur and iron. And I could do that right now, but it takes 3 pyrite dust, get sulfur, 2 sulfur, and 1 iron. So you get the same amount, 3. Only, I think we need more iron than we need sulfur right now. We've got a lot of sulfur from other sources. Oh, electrotine. Can I hit U? No, I can't. Okay. What is electrotine used for? Electrotine ore. Okay, you get redstone, electrum, and diamond dust. Well, that's cool. Oh, there's aluminum in there. I can see that. So then you can centrifuge it to get the electrum and redstone, alloy it to get blue alloy ingots. That must be used for something else. Oh, okay. So if you centrifuge this, you'll get the electrum, which is the gold and silver, but then redstone is the other part, and that's the part that has the aluminum in it. So then if you centrifuge redstone, you get mercury, silicon, pyrite, and ruby. And then the ruby is the stuff that you can electrolyze to get aluminum. That's not until MV. Still, that's kind of cool. So, yeah, okay, well, let's put down battery buffer. Let's get out. Oh, where's... There it is. Let's grab the basic miner, stick them right there. Why does... Oh, because there's no batteries in there. Okay. We'll throw the battery in there. So we'll just pretend we're out in the middle of nowhere and we're setting this up. We've got the battery buffer with power into the miner. Oh, it's already mining stuff up. Why is he mining stuff up? Oh, he's just grabbing stuff. Okay. Can I tell you to mine a specific thing? Alright, well, we're going to need a crate then. Let's see, what is in this crate? I have a bunch of stuff in this crate. I don't. Okay, it's a plain old crate. So let's say I want you to output there. Sorry, that is the wrong spot. Alright, basic miner, I want you to output right there. And auto output enabled. Okay, great. Go ahead, enable it then. Inventory's full. I auto outputted you. There. Enabled? Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can see it's working. Oh, so if you go to here, it'll say progress 7 of 1011. I guess there's 1011 pieces of ore that this miner can pick up. And right now it's done 7 of them. Progress 10 of 10. It takes 8 seconds per block. 8 EU a tick while working. Okay. Oh, okay. This is in the way, this charging slot here. But it's actually 13 of, like we saw, 1011. Now 14. Okay, cool. So it's picking up the electrolyte, the diatomite, the alunite, all of this stuff. Oh, this is so cool. And the voltage is going down. I doubt this is enough to get the entire 1000 plus area done. And it does a 17 by 17 area. Yeah, must be like covering this area right here. Oh yeah, see? You can see there's a whole bunch of this. If you get the better miners, it'll probably let you select the ore that you're looking for instead of just mine everything. And then also probably a wider area and also more at a time, so faster. Let's get some more batteries. I want to fill this thing up and take it out into the wild and stick it on somewhere. Okay, so if we do this, sends it in as a package. We don't want to open the package because then we'll get poisoned by the lead dust. But we can take it over to the mixer here. And if we place the package right there and then smack it, yeah, it just falls right in. Perfect. Okay, now we gotta take this to the canner. Right. Where's the canner? Pressure canner. That's right, canner on the end. Alright, throw these in and that. And I threw the canner on the end because it only uses 2 EU a tick. I mean, it's hardly anything. Probably don't even need the battery in here. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Super easy. Okay, we can go back to our miner and see how it's doing. Yep, doing great. Still has some power. Yep. And go ahead and throw in another battery or 2. Look at that, it's going to keep going for a real long time. Oh, this is great. Loving it. So we can still use our big machine that we have been using to gather like large quantities of ore at one time. But then what we can do is you can put down the basic miner and pick up all the smaller stuff that we couldn't easily get to. And also maybe some of the stuff that is toxic. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. We should take this over to where the emeralds are, because it had some, oh, what was that? Yes, beryllium is bad for you. Thoronite, that's what it was. The thoronite, that's what really got me sick. Yes, the beryllium is hazardous, but in its ore form, it's perfectly fine. However, thornite. Yeah, the thornite ore, the crushed thornite ore, which is what I was getting. No, it wasn't that. It was the raw stuff. Okay, so yeah, rich raw thornite is hazardous. This is the stuff that I picked up. So we could actually mine all this up and we wouldn't have to touch it because it would be in the crate. And then what we can do is we can use tape to move the crate around and we don't have to touch the hazardous stuff. And then we could get all that emerald that we need so we can get more aluminum because we're going to need that for the EBF. And I think we do need to protect this. We don't want it to catch on fire if it gets rained on. Okay, to make the EBF, we would need a bunch of stuff. Let's get a total count. All right, we'll do that. Do need 32 fine steel wires, which we can get from the coiler. Means we need 8 steel wires, which means we need 4 steel ingots to make all the wire that we need. Alright, so that is the fine steel wire. Should be able to get that in easy. Copper nickel wire. We need 128 copper nickel wire. 128 2x copper nickel wire. Well, how do you get copper nickel wire? Of course, coil copper nickel. Copper nickel is just copper and nickel, so you can smelt it. Just copper and nickel. Is there a better way? Probably not. So we need a bunch of copper nickel. Okay. Let's see how much do we need. Here we go. We need 128 x2, which means we need 256 of the wires, which means we need 128 ingots of copper nickel, which means we need 64 nickel and 64 copper. That's actually not that bad. It's like a stack of copper and where's the nickel? Stack of nickel. Okay, now if we put that in the alloy smelter, take that out. Copper, nickel, we'll get exactly how much copper nickel we need. Invar rods. 24 Invar rods. How do we make Invar? That's just nickel and wrought iron. Oh, nickel and any kind of iron. So it can't be cast. So we're just gonna make a bunch of Invar as well. And we've got a whole bunch of extra bronze just laying about. Let's see, I think the thing that is going to take the most is the copper nickel coil blocks. Yeah, we make those in the assembler, and that's what we need the liquid tin alloy for. So we're going to need it in the assembler, so I think what we're going to do is just swap these two real quick. Stick the assembler there. We need the foil and the 2x wire. So foil, 2x wire, then we just need the liquid stuff. So we got to put the tin alloy in here. Okay, there we go. We're making the copper nickel coil. Copper nickel coil blocks. Okay, and whilst that is going, we need heat-proof Invar machine casing. How do you get that? Oh, okay, so you gotta have the Invar frames. We need 5 Invar frames, but we need the Invar rods for that. Yeah, we got the Invar rods, okay. So let's make the 5 frames. Looks like we're gonna have an extra one, and it's okay. Alright, so we need 9 of those. Looks like we're gonna have an extra one of those too. But once again, that's perfectly fine. We need energy hatches, but we're gonna need the low voltage coils. That is made in the assembler. So we're gonna have to wait until until that's done. Okay, great. Alright, let's make these coils, we need the wires. And we need the magnetic rods. And we need it set to circuit 1. So circuit 1. Okay, there's those two right there. Now we can go ahead and make energy hatches. Okay, 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, now we need to make the tin rotor. Is there anything else that we need to make inside the assembler? I don't think so. As now that we've used the assembler, we need to put it back right there. We need to use the solidifier right here. That's because we're gonna need to make a rotor. Where's the rotor? Ah, there it is, rotor. And that is a tin rotor, so we've got to throw those in there. Can we make the electric motor? Yes, we can. Okay. That's the last electric motor we need. We need the tin rotor. Ah, there it goes. Perfect. There's our rotor. Now we can make... let's see, what do I need? Muffler hatch. Okay, muffler hatch. Done. Maintenance hatch. Done. Oh, what did I just break? Oh, it uses a file. Oh, I finally broke the file that I was using. Okay. That means we just need to get the new one, which I think I actually set up down here in the forge area. Yeah, right there. Okay. Now we just got to go into our memory slot, take that out, and then put that one in. There we go. Perfect. So now if we're using that, we can throw it back into our backpack. And we'll just throw all these back where they belong. All right, all that is almost done. We need to actually make the electric blast furnace, the part that's going to go in there. But we also need to make output buses and input buses and hatches and whatnot. Okay, so the hatch, that is for fluid, because you actually put fluids inside the EBF. Oh, that's probably for like oxygen and stuff. The output, I don't know why you would have an output hatch on the EBF. Let's see, let's check out EBF electric multi-block. Yep, because we want to make aluminum. We can also make steel faster. We have the energy hatches, that's going to power it. Why would you output fluid from the EBF? Let's see, electric blast furnace. Right click on it, you can see what you can make with it. It outputs steel, a whole bunch of stuff. But does it ever output like a liquid or a gas? It does, okay. So that's why you're gonna want that. So it does input gas, input items, output items. Hence the reason why we're gonna need the output hatches, input hatches, the input and output buses. All right, so let's make one of each of those then. Let's see how our machine is doing. Oh, it is out of power. That's all right, we got plenty of batteries. Just throw a bunch more in. I must say, having this millstone right next to the mixer has been so convenient. I would highly suggest it. Okay, so there's the two input hatches. We can turn one. Oh yeah, with a, is it a screwdriver? Okay, output hatch. Okay, now we have an input hatch and an output hatch. So we can get rid of that. Now we just need to make the bus. Now to make the bus, we're gonna need more glue, of course. We're also gonna need a couple of crates. Let's just say we want 2 of these. Explode that. Explode that. All right, let's collect this stuff. Where would be good to have an infinite water supply? Maybe right here. Yeah. Set that down. How's this doing? Still got plenty of power. Okay, great. see, if we put it right here, we have some stairs like that. And we have another stair right here like that. We do something like this. Grab that last basalt slab. If we stick it like that, will that work? Or will it get water everywhere? Let's try it out. Okay, water source. No, no, oh no, no. Don't stick it outside, stick it right there. Okay. And then stick one right there. All right, there we go. Now we got our infinite water source right here. Means I can grab the barrel and just go bloop. And that worked. Okay, perfect. I like it. It's a pretty cool design too. All right, we got those two right there. Now, if we just take one of them and screwdriver, turn it into an output. Now we have input bus, output hatch, and input hatch. Perfect. So fast way of making flux, just come over to the crushing wheels we got here and throw in, not the cobblestone, but you want to throw in the loose chalk rocks. So you throw that in, it'll just grind up super fast. Get a lot of flux in the system that way. And now we can come over to here and search for flux. And look at that, we got a ton. Perfect. Okay, I have no idea why it's saying minus. I think that's probably good enough. Just grab this. Should have tape in here, right? I've got one tape. And how do you make more tape? Paper and glue or paper and resin? Oh wow, in the assembler you can make it a lot easier too. Alright, let's grab a bunch of paper and glue. Let's just grab all the paper and a bunch of glue too. I think half as much glue, so 5. So if we go to the assembler, should be able to put in paper and glue to make the tape. Is that right? Let's favorite that one. Yeah. Okay. So, paper, glue. Perfect. Get on the horse. Over the bridge. Let's get out the scanner. We could even scan right here like this. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a ton of stuff. There's rubies right there. Because the ruby will get us ruby dust, but then use the ruby dust in an electrolyzer to get aluminum, but that's envy. It's like right here. It's sphalerite right there. Oh, I went past it, didn't I? I did. Oh, but there's a whole bunch more right here. All right, so let's go back this way. All right, I'm right on top of it right here. So now, if I get out... Where's the miner? Did I not pick up the miner? And you just wait there, horse, while I go get the miner. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's right, because I needed to tape up this and bring it with me. Right. Oh. Okay, it mines straight down. All right. Yep. That is something good to know. It will create a hole right below it, so don't use it inside your buildings. No, I got the miner. Put it down. And it... Yes, thank you. It's charging. It's working on it. And we can put that down right there. Make sure that you auto output to that side. Enabled. All right, 860. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see there's a pipe that goes straight down, and that's how it mines. All right, cool. Let this run for a bit and grab as much as we can. Probably should force load this chunk. Just make sure that it actually continues running after we leave or get far enough away. Now, for the EBF, we've got all of this stuff here. Now we got to figure out where are we going to put the EBF. This actually needs to come down because we don't need it anymore. So the EBF could go right under here if we wanted to. Could put it like right here, next to the bronze boiler, I suppose. It is going to need steam, and there's already steam right here. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4 tall structure. It's like the middle levels have to be these coils. The top can be pretty much anything, except it looks like the muffler hatch has to be on the top right there. So I don't see muffler hatch being able to go anywhere else. And all this stuff can be pretty much anything else, except that, which has to be the electric blast furnace block itself. We could put the turbines up there though, being fed from the steam, and then that would go directly into the top. We give ourselves a little bit of space in between, maybe go right here. 3 by 3, and then 4 up. So 2, 3, 4. That is going to be the size of it. Actual EBF. Do we actually have an EBF? We did not make an EBF. The actual EBF itself requires 3 more circuits and some high pressure steam furnaces and some tin cables. Oh, basic electric furnaces or high pressure steam furnaces. So I'll have to look and see which one would be easier to build, but we need to make that. And we'll put that right here in the middle. Okay, so there's a muffler hatch that has to go right there. What else do we have? We have the energy hatches, the output, input, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we wanted to, I guess we could put all 6 of them on the top. Well, I think the energy hatches should go right there and there, like that, and right there. Perfect. So that's where we can take these wires. Needs to be 2x wire because we're going to be putting in 2 amps per wire into the machine. And it would be better if it was covered up. Oh, look at that. I only needed 2. All right, perfect. So I stick that there, and then the turbines, I could put a turbine right there. And if I wanted to, I could actually put one on top, just like that. So 1, 2. And then I could put one on top like that, and another one on this side like that. Okay, here it goes. It generates 32 EU a tick with 64 millibuckets per tick. So each one of these needs 64 millibuckets per tick. So if we have 4 of them, then that is going to be 256 per tick. The large gold fluid pipes is a transfer rate of 300 millibuckets tick. Problem is that we've got 3 farther down the line to the ore processing, which means we're actually going to need a dedicated line just for these 4. We're going to put the output hatch right there like that, and then put that right there. Okay, so that works perfect. Now, can I take a steel drum and stick it right on top there? Is there anything in the steel drum? No. I put it right there like that. Yes, it does work. Okay. But the problem is it still has to come out So yes, there is a buffer there, but then it does have to come out. Yeah. What kind of gold pipes do we have? We've got the large one, the huge one. That's the one we probably want to do. Huge gold fluid pipe. Okay, it takes double gold plates. Now we got to figure out where do we want the inputs and outputs for the different gases and materials. I'm thinking we probably want material stuff to go in the bottom, because that's what we've been doing for the others, pretty much. Gases, I think, would be perfectly fine up top. Most of the time we've had input on the right, output on the left. So let's do that, just like that. We can always spin this around another way if we need to. Patch on the left, input on the right. Everything else needs to be these invar. So invar there, there, invar there. We'll put, jump up and put input there and output there. Okay, and then this needs to go like that. And all the coils need to go like this. And there's a blank space in the middle. Okay, I think that's pretty well formed except for the last thing, which is the actual EBF block itself, which we did not craft yet. Basic electronic furnace requires circuits and a machine hull. High pressure steam furnace. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do this one. This one's gonna be much easier to build. Okay, 3 of those. Okay, now we just need the 2 circuits. Oh, there we go, 4 circuits. Now we should be able to make the EBF. Perfect. Did I make too many circuits? I mean, maybe I did. Oh, it's fine with me. Alright. Put that right there. Structure formed. Okay, it needs maintenance. So we gotta go to the maintenance, which is right here. I have to click on it when I have all these tools, I'm guessing. So, like, the hammer, and I think I need a crowbar, and a mallet, and I don't know what else. Probably gonna need a wrench as well as pliers, that's my guess. And if I click on it, usually isn't maintenance hatch. Crowbar, wire cutter, a hard hammer, soft mallet, screwdriver, and wrench. I should have all these. Click slot with empty hand when tools are in. Okay, there we go. So you just have to click this slot. It's been a while since I did that. Had all the tools here. So yeah, this is it. This is the EBF. We've got it formed. We've got power going to it. I mean, yeah. What we need to do is get some aluminum. First, let's put away all our tools. Okay, and then we can take all this stuff and just throw it into the storage system because we don't need to have all this stuff on our hands. Okay, there we go. Now what we do need is some aluminum, and we need to fix this too. In fact, I think we drilled right through a shaft. Yeah, it was a basic shaft. And we went right through it. Oh, hey, look at that. We're almost done processing all the emerald, which means we should have aluminum in the system. Yeah, look at that. 68 aluminum dust. Nice. So if we wanted to, we could actually ask for a stack of that. And there we go. Aluminium. Oh yeah, look at that. It made a hole all the way down. Definitely do not want to fall in there. So yeah, if we want to turn this into an ingot, we just put it on program circuit 1 in the EBF. It says MV, but I mean, we've got MV enough power, MV-like power in it. So we've got the 4 going in. So here's the input bus. We can put just like an aluminum in there. Right now it's idling, but we can avoiding nothing, batching disabled, working enabled. Okay, why is it not doing anything then? It's got electricity, right? Yeah, that's got enough energy there. That's got energy there. Okay. Alright, I think I just figured it out. I'm being stupid, because on the input bus here, click on this, distinct buses, power, and all that. Hey, look, there's a circuit setting! Because if you look at aluminum, okay, to get an aluminum ingot, you need the EBF. This is circuit 1, so as soon as I change this to circuit 1, it'll move, right? Yeah, look at that. Okay. Oh, I was being dumb. It'll take 44 seconds, but yeah, it looks like it's doing okay. Yeah, look, it's running perfectly. Ah, there we go. Our first aluminum ingot. There we go. Our first aluminum ingot. Oh, wonderful. We've made it to the MV age. Well, kind of. I mean, we've got aluminum, but we haven't built any of the MV machines yet. I think that'll do for this episode. Next episode, we're gonna actually make all of this aluminum into something useful. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, catch you later. Bye.